Morning everyone, we are heading out today as our first day in Hobart. It's actually just outside of Hobart and most people go to it because it is a little mountain with a view that goes over Hobart, which is lovely. So we go there and then we just try and work out about if we want to do a walk or not, because there are loads of options over there, but whether or not we're feeling it. 30 minutes later and we've made it to the top of Mount Wellington, and I thought I'd do a little talk quickly in the car because, as you can hear, I don't know if you can hear already, but it's super windy up here.
Can we get blown away?
Get in.
Jesus.
So we've made it up here. The track is quite steep, not necessarily windy, which is what most mountains are like. And it's quite tight.
It's only tight when the buses come, to be fair.
Yeah.
And when people drive like beds.
Yeah, do with that what you will. But we've made up the top. There is loads of parking as you're coming up for various hikes or walks that you want to do. But we're just going to go to the top. Hopefully you can hear us. If not, I've given you a little brief outline what the plan is. So hiking boots on and then we're on the way. I'm not being dramatic. It's bloody cold, like so much so that it's colder than when it was snowing at Cradle Mountain. Like sorry about the state that I'm in.
Despite the blistering weather, we soldier on, making our way up to the top viewpoint.
Whoa, I'm not being dramatic, but this is so cold. Oh, that's better, a little bit further down. Oh, makes all the difference. Done my hair for nothing.
Nothing yet.
Huh? But yeah, look at these views. I've watched a few videos on Hobart just to get, an idea. A lot of people say that you can see this mountain from Hobart, which is true, and it's massive, but I didn't realise that there's so many. If you see in the background, like there's so many, like the town's like down there, or the city, shall I say. Wild. But I can see why they need that little building. That's like the observation and shelter room. You get why. If this is like it all year round, you get it. Okay, babe.
Yeah, I need a video of me in the wind at the top.
Don't take unnecessary journeys. Not sure if we're going to do a walk because this is so we'll be blown away. Okay, got a little bit of a respite from the wind, she says. But if you go into the observation shelter, it does have quite a lot of information as well as give you a little bit of shelter from the wind. It does say that it's 10 degrees colder up here than it is down in Hobart, which makes sense. But it also says every 100 meters it goes down by 1 degree as well. So yeah, it can get pretty cold up here. And it actually said that okay, I think that's going to be us for Tasmania. They have because it's starting to rain, but it's like icy rain, and so that hurts quite a bit here on this mountain. And that is mental. Can you imagine that? Yeah, no, you're not walking anywhere. But yeah, the views. Stunning. So pretty, and it actually shows you how small Hobart is. I mean, you can probably gather that Hobart's not going to be the same size as, like, let's say Sydney or Melbourne, but from here you can definitely see how small it really is and how surrounded it is by water and mountains. Like, it's such a pretty landscape. Look at these houses in the middle of nowhere. But look at that one. That's where I want to be living. Oh my god. Come on, mate.
And with that, we take it as a sign that it's lunchtime, somewhere where it's much warmer.
Morning everyone, it is a new day and we are driving about an hour and a half or hour 20 to Bruny Island. 30 minutes later and we've made it to the ferry port. We were very good with timing because the next one was at 9:30 and we arrived at like 9:23. It was all just luck, we didn't really plan it. But we got here and we were able to get on. It's $55.80 for a return. This is a 20-minute ferry. So a lot longer than the Daintree one. This is what we get to look at whilst we're waiting. So anything that we've missed, we can have a little quick look at. About an hour and a half later from the ferry, we decided to go all the way into the island and then work our way up because it seems like a lot of people stop at the closest stops. And hardly anyone was on this road.
Be prepared that once you get to this town, it's like 16 k's on a dirt road, which then turns onto another dirt road.
And so now, Jetty Bay. The only downside I would say to this area is the parking situation. So it's the campground area, but there doesn't seem to be any like day use parking.
There's 4 cars on the day use.
But that's not for the beach, that's for the walking track. So that walking track, I don't know the name, I'll just put it here. But that's supposed to be one of the 60 great short walks of Tasmania. So it's supposed to be a pretty big one.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it's like in summer.
Yeah, and it only has 4 spots. Strange.
From here we take a quick 8-minute drive south to Cape Bruny Lighthouse.
As you'd expect, it's a bit chillier than the last place. Don't worry about being too cold because as soon as you get up to the top you're going to be nice and warm because it's quite steep getting there, and the views are incredible. Like, incredible. There is tours for the lighthouse where you can walk up it, but it's $25, and if you know our channel you know how stingy we are, so absolutely not doing that.
It does make you feel a little bit vulnerable if you're out in that water and you got like a shipwreck or something. There's like nothing. There's literally nothing there.
No.
For forever pretty much. You're going to Antarctica.
We were saying about Bruny Island in itself because it's an island off of an island off of an island. So how much of a must it be to get anything?
Yeah, any supplies, anything.
Yeah.
We get back on the road, stopping at a lookout on the way before arriving at Cloudy Bay.
Beautiful views, but it's a bit nippy, so I think we're done here. You happy?
You're the boss.
Next stop, let's go.
In 600 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
We've just stopped in the Adventure Bay store, got ourselves some food.
We did have a quick look at the beach and it is stunning. Like, look at this walk-in.
The water's really, really nice and clear. You could probably go a little bit further up. I know that there's areas, I think it was called Hanson Beach, and that is really, really stunning. So on the way back, we're stopped there. But for the time being, pie.
And after a small snack, we drive down the road to Two Tree Point.
What did you find out about the 2 trees?
Like 250 years old. I read it, but I didn't retain anything.
Thank you for that, sir. I think the gist is when Captain Cook came and landed, these 2 trees were here. So they're just super old. I think that's the gist of it. Yeah? Yeah. But the beach, very pretty.
I knew it would be stunning after driving past it the first time, but standing here it was actually so much better. This had to be my favourite place looking back at the footage. The colours, the minimal amount of people and the wildlife. It was just beautiful.
Okay, so that was 2 Tree Point as well as Handsome Beach, and highly recommend it. Wasn't too busy, and it was just, look at that colour. Beautiful. Yeah, next spot. Now at what I assume is called Trugani Lookout.
The lookout looks out to the neck, which is the land within the 2 islands, and it is as pretty as Instagram makes it.
And it is the best so far. But maybe Adventure Bay, I don't know. Them 2 are on tight corners, but look at that. Look at this view. But it requires walking quite a few steps. But it's not that bad. Coming for you, it's not that bad. Okay, last stop of the day, and it is the cheese and beer place. So we're hoping to get some cheese. Not really, beer's not for me, but I'd like to get some cheese. Australia's wildly unprepared for any like sweet cheeses. So like I love an apricot cheese. They don't have them. So hopefully if you're offering cheese, hopefully you have a bigger range. So fingers crossed.
A 1-hour drive later and a 30-minute wait, we make it onto the ferry, ending our time on Bruny Island as well as our time in the south. In next week's video, we explore our back garden, known as Cradle Mountain.